One of the many mission fields that the gospel bankers support is the Becheve and Boki mission fields under the auspices of the Jungle Missions Association. Botatong in Boki local government area of Cross River State, Nigeria, visited in January 2009.
This is Botatong, the mission base where we organize all activities reaching the unreached in the jungle territory. I started the work in Okwa, which is 60 kilometers trekking from here. This is just the base, and this is the last motorable village.
1995, we met in my village. As of then, he came to Kaguru, that's my village, to bring some students to School of Health Tech, and he happened to attend the church service where I go to, and the man of God introduced him there, and the introduction said that he was a missionary, a young boy who is called by the Lord to work in the jungle. I picked interest, and after the service I went and met him.
I came in here as a missionary. I was in Kaduna as a teacher. After my theological training as a pastor, I worked briefly as a pastor. Then somebody came and challenged us on missions. I had a burden, I went to the School of Missions. So after the training, I was sent to Abuja as a pastor of one of the churches, and I told them the Lord didn't lead me there. The Lord led me to Okwa. It was just a burden on me that when the training we got, that the missionaries, the early missionaries, the Livingstone, Mackay, all came to the jungle of Africa. Then if people from other countries can sacrifice their lives just for the gospel, then I can do the same in my own country. That was why I said I will not go to Abuja, I will go to the jungle, so that I work as one of those early missionaries at work. So I came in here because of the gospel reaching the Anyans in the territory.
We've been in Amanaka is about 45 minutes walk away from the tarred road that leads to the popular Obudu cattle ranch. The terrain is hilly, thereby making access difficult. A lot of climbing is involved. Thankfully, the hills are interspersed with valleys, providing respite after each strenuous climb. This is Amanaka, a community of just about 90 inhabitants whose mainstay is farming solely for subsistence purpose. They speak Becheve language, are very receptive to visitors. The gospel walk in Amanaka is barely a year old and is one of the pioneer works of the Jungle Missions Association, sponsored by gospel bankers. Level of reception of the gospel is astonishing. The work at the permanent site of the church is at the preliminary stage. A significant number of mold bricks have been molded, and it must interest you to know that a mold brick cost a paltry sum of 3 naira a piece, and only 1,500 blocks were required to build the entire church. We talked to the converts.
When I see carry like massive pharmacy, myself is equal to on the GG. When she told it to my sister, she no more, quite civil could have been quite on the man. That's how to sing. Run by the Basaka Tata, and by Baka Tata, Casabata, Casabata, and by Cataban, by Batata, Gashabon, thing I'm on the behind man. So, Quam, she can be some carry no, to the Quawan. Quawan, the tasks and be carrying, take care of Granny and a cook, similar to the music and the bed of Quawan. Mava Magasha to sing. Uma was Mim Tata America, Tata Temnaco Quawan. Kirk again, I call on the task. Count them good more. Count them and good more, or getting good more. Mom to my young man on the Akamio, and that can blue hand, blue hand.
Camera Cabo, Mumsella would sing. Mum sing out Quawan and when we get an hour on the other one, Blupam and that Munkum program. Missilla would sing. Mava Sham Kaka, Sham saying a chingo 1 pound of Poku Blupama. He would do I know you. Mamu pam gwen ku so kwa gwen mamu gwen ngwe yo no pa ngwe ke mtile ke te bulu pa manu ngum kwa gwen mamu kana kase kwangwen mu ke kwangwen abo akere rana mtio kwa na mana so mara ma ana makon ulonge chahur magiri pe bem te chani gand kanus ngbana mole chani gand kanus ka kanga na usi na pros no.
I thank God say church helped me the day when I would die saved. Church could bury me fine because if you not there inside in the church, your burial cannot do fine. For this world, be good you there inside the church. Help us for this our house we are building. When they give us something, when we come build our house from youth, then go say this is the fine church where we there from the other. Everybody to come and enter there, go find him. Thank my all.
My people like building. We started building in a molding. We are crying for building. Like any missionary, I want to support. She support when building the church, like things like instruments behind the church. So we need a support from you people that come and pass through people and assist us. In where I'm pastoring, there is a small stream that need the help of bridge. Myself, I need more education. I just completed my secondary school. I need something like a motorcycle for my transportation. But at time when I used to have chance to go and greet my people, I will be going there in the morning. It will look so hard for me.
The journey from Amanaka to Akinga the next morning was more exhausting and difficult, having hills of very high gradient. Rested twice along the journey. The trek lasted about 2.5 hours. Finally arrived at Akinga. Like Amanaka, they live in dispersed settlements. Each family live a good distance away from the other. They also speak the Bacheve language and are very receptive to visitors. Their occupation is farming and hunting. These are done just for their own consumption due to the difficult terrain and accessibility. There are no hospitals nor health centers in this community. Indigents carry sick relatives tied to sticks down the hill to the nearest health center in Obudu town, about 4 to 5 hours on foot. They worship temporarily under a low-hanging torch stand exposed on all sides to the harsh weather condition of the rainforest climate. Work on the permanent church is at the preliminary stage. Block molding will be completed before the rains. They embrace Christianity in such a strong way and have great hunger to learn about their newfound Jesus.
So kana so ga hini e wa kwa kana usuwa kuma na gba wa kwa kwa ndike ta na so mo ndike ma so se ma na se jaba ta lango na se lienge so ko nge jaba no na le ne ko ndu skin ko na fuje so na tso
aza wushio na la kana se le kanu we mkana she sa we ko wa we chanu so ko le na la kanu shanga awango ko za wushio le tso den ne chane za wushio le kanu shanga tso so we che kwa se sa na su bulu kwa mna ngo sangu be kana pa she she ma kwa mo tebe go.
Thank God for what God has done in my life. I was SS3. I didn't have money to complete my secondary school. These missionary people came here and took me. I went to the computer. They trained me Now I'm trying to type small. I'm trying to do many things in the computer. I came back with my certificate. So I thank God, what God have done in my life. I'm very grateful. Church is good, so I'm telling my friends to go to the church because church is good.